Hi, it's Elizabeth, Countess of Low Carb, and on this episode, we're going to talk about excess. Coming up next. Hey, it's Elizabeth. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. It's Elizabeth, Countess of Low Carb, and I am so glad you're with me. I am driving to one of my businesses. I'm meeting with a new client and wanted to hop on and do some education because this is where my heart is right now. This is where my mind is, my heart is, where I'm totally thinking is excess. That is the word of the day. Do you remember my little 2-year-old boy? We watched Sesame Street and they talk about the word of the day. So the word of the day today is excess, and I want you guys to have it in your hearts, and in your minds, thinking about excess. And here I'm just going to kind of give you where my thoughts are on this as I'm driving to this appointment. I'm driving in the country. So my heart and my mind on excess are usually when people have a lot of weight to lose, and I've lost almost 50 pounds, and in 2018 my goal is to lose another 50 to 75 pounds, to do it again basically, to get to my goal. And with that is, and I know I'm not alone because lots of our coaching clients have told me that I'm not alone in this. And if you're interested in coaching, I'm going to put the link below for our coaching groups that we have. We have a 21-day challenge going on. Lots of good things are going on if you want to be in a group of other like-minded individuals. But what I've heard in my own personal experience is excess. What else in your life do you have excess in? Is the question I want to pose to you today. What else in your life do you have excess in, right? So for me, excess in, right now, my husband and I are committed in 2018 to purging a lot of stuff out of our house. Not that our house is super disorganized, but and day-to-day life stuff creeps in, right? Like my son, every day he gets home packets of papers, and all these papers come home, and at the end of the week it's like a stack of 20 papers, and it's so cute of his little artwork. But do I need to keep every single piece of artwork? No. I need to pick out the favorite ones that I love and keep those, and then take pictures of those when we're rotating out the other ones and get rid of them. And what I'm going to do with those pictures is I'm going to make one book of all of his little pieces of artwork. At the end of, like, in the next 6 months, I'm going to put them together in a book. And then that way, like, I have his artwork. I don't feel guilty about throwing it away, but I don't have this excess clutter. And the clutter, y'all, I don't know about in your house, but in my house, the excess clutter goes in my kitchen. And when I'm trying to cook, there's all these papers, and it just gets junky, and I feel overwhelmed. The other area of excess for me is my car. I'm not going to show you my car right now, but my car, because I'm in it so much for, I commute 2 to 3 days a week. Well, not 1 to 2 days a week. I commute. And I have my son in my car, and we live out in the country, and so it's just easier to put like snacks in our car, and I have excess water in my car, and like being a good mom, I have extra things, extra diapers. We have a diaper bag in here, and I have extra stuff in my car, and that's great because I'm really well prepared. But there's also excess stuff in here. Like I'm looking in here right now, I'm like, why do I have 7 pens? Is it necessary for me to have 7 pens? Is this excess stuff in my life serving its purpose? Some of it it's not. And so I want to pose to you today, in your life, what is the excess, like the weight, like the excess food that you don't need? What do you not need? Mic drop right there. For me, this has been huge. Do I really need this? Is it serving its purpose? Like doing the KonMari approach, the KonMari method of, is this bringing me joy? Is this bringing me happiness? Is this bringing my family happiness? Like, right? So maybe for some of the stuff, for me, it does bring me happiness, but for my son, he really likes to have these cars. He has little miniature cars. But in my pocketbook, I had my husband carry it to around on Christmas, and he's like, it weighs 25 pounds. Literally, if you put it on the scale right now, your pocketbook weighs 25 pounds. I started organizing it. I literally had in my bag my son's little cars. I had 6 miniature cars in there. Do I need 6 miniature cars for my son? No. Does he need 1 or 2? Yes. Did I take the other ones out and put them in his toy bin? Absolutely. And so what we're doing in our house with the excess toys for my son is we are organizing them and we're rotating them around. Like, he doesn't need to have the same, like in a month, it'll be exciting for him to have another set of toys, and then we're just rotating them. And then things that we don't need, we are donating. Hardcore donations, because there are people out there that need this stuff, and we need to bless them with the stuff that we don't need anymore. We need to bless the next person with the stuff that we no longer need, and it's no longer serving our purpose, so we can let it serve someone else's purpose. Same thing for, I mean, I'm just going through in my office. I'm like, this is so excess. Like, it's just the theme has been excess. And what can I get rid of to help make my life easier, better, more positive, bring me more joy, and bless someone else with it, right? So that's my word of the day today. My education for y'all for your weight loss journey is what is an excess? What else is an excess in your life? Not just the food. What else do you have excess in? And so for me, I'm being ruthless, like ruthless of going through like, what don't I need? What don't I need? And I have another video, I'll post up the card, where I go through my closet and I'm decluttering it, and I do thread up, and I did one bag of thread up, and then I had a second bag, which I still haven't sent yet. It's still sitting in my garage. So I need to get that sent. But so what else in your life can you get rid of that you have excess of? And so I'm encouraging you, along with me, of post in our Facebook group, what are you going to get rid of today? What is your excess, right? So maybe I'm missing some things. What else is there excess? I know for me, we had recently, we did this last week, we went through our spice rack. We had so many like random spices. I literally, no joke, I had 5 paprika. Why do I need 5 paprika? Get rid of it, use it, put it in something. So I did, I organized a bunch of things, gave a bunch of things away. It was really, really nice to get rid of that excess, because I do believe we have stockpile for emergencies, and I do believe that that's important. But then I think that there also crosses the line of like, in my car, do I really need 7 pens? Is that crossing the line of like excess of where it's just, I don't need that. It's just cluttering. And then for me, a cluttered mind does nothing. A cluttered mind does nothing. For me, I become stagnant and clutter. And same thing with my husband. You just want to feel free of stuff, right? Like, I feel like I'm becoming millennial. Even though I am in that age group, I'm really not millennial, but I feel like I'm trying to become millennial. Of having more experiences, not the stuff. And I feel like that goes along hand in hand with weight loss, is that like this weight is holding back of who God has created me to be, and who I feel like the universe has, and source, whatever you call it, has created for me to be the best version of myself. And so I want to encourage you today, as I'm passing over the beautiful Shenandoah River, what I want to encourage you today is, what excess can you get rid of, donate, bless for somebody else, sell. I sold $175 worth of stuff in Facebook groups. It was awesome getting rid of stuff. And I still have the next round of stuff that I'm going to sell probably in February, maybe in March, of some spring things that I'm going to get rid of too. So what today can you get rid of? What is holding you back on your weight loss journey? Is it utensils? I know one coaching client who's like, I had 6 ladles in my kitchen cabinets. Have you gone through your kitchen cabinets of like, what don't you need? I know for me, I'm going through my storage containers, and I'm going to minimize those. I have a bunch of them, and I love them because I use them so much, but recently I haven't done my next freezer batch, and so I need to organize those for when I do my next freezer batch, that they're not like clogging up my kitchen, because I'm going to use them for my next freezer batch, but right now they're just like sitting there, and it's stagnant, and it's not in its right home. So that's my word of the day today, excess. What can you get rid of for excess on your weight loss journey? And I know that I'm kind of low carb, and I usually talk about low carb stuff, but I feel like this applies for weight loss across the board. So consider liking this video, consider sharing it. Who do you know who's on the weight loss journey, who needs to get rid of their excess, who needs to like get rid of some stuff, donate some stuff? It is very freeing. It is very freeing, but I will tell you the other side of that is, what are you going to replace it with then, right? For me, when I get rid of stuff, it creates a vacuum. Something is going to fill that place. So what place is it going to fill instead? Are you just going to embrace having the emptiness? Are you going to embrace having the hole? And that's the counter to it, is getting rid of the stuff is awesome, and that's great. But for me, I know that it's like, okay, what is it going to fill with? Same thing when I started doing keto, is that I stopped eating at night super late, and it's like, okay, what's going to fill that snack time? Am I going to sit there in anxiety? Am I going to sit there in prayer? Am I going to sit there like, what am I going to do instead? So I encourage you, what else are you going to do once you get rid of those stuff? What are you going to do with that? For me, that money went towards, we have big financial goals for 2018. That $175, that getting rid of that stuff, it felt so good to apply that towards our goal that we have for 2018, of not filling it with anything. I'm like, I'm not getting anything else for that. I'm just going to let that be applied towards, we have a tally number for our financial goal that we have. So that's my word of encouragement today. I love you guys so super much, and I'm on this weight loss journey with you, and I'm encouraging you along and cheering you along with my megaphone. Talk to you soon. Make it a powerful day. Bye.